these sticks, purify these sticks, cleanse it from negativity, demons, evil, lies. I want to bring forth the truth. I want to bring forth the truth about blacks, Africans, our future, our legacy. What is to come, the blacks, the Negroes, the Africans. What does our future say? In this video, we're going to be talking about blacks, Negroes, Africans, our legacy. You know, the blacks, Hispanics, Indians. What is our future? Now that the truth is seeping out, people are learning about the past, people are learning about the lies. What does our future say? Will we overcome? Will we finally get justice? Will we finally get our just due? Will we get our reparations? That's what we're going to be talking about today. That's what this tarot reading will be about. Questions that has been going unanswered. It's going to be answered in this reading today. So, let's talk about it. We're going to start off with this deck. As usual, nothing new. This one's pop out. Can you see here? See? So what is the future for the blacks, the Negroes, Hispanics, Indians? Okay, I don't want it to come out. The two finally came out. Let's see. Okay, that practically jumped out of my thing. What does our future look like? It's a race. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Spirits tell me something. Okay. Come on, spirit. Okay. This is, and these cards are literally popping out. This is ridiculous. It's not ridiculous, but I'm loving it, but it's overwhelming. But I'm handling it. So, we finally what you're talking about a race of people as a whole. I want to come out for blacks. What is the future for blacks? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna stop right here because this is way too much. These cards were literally popping out of my hand. I mean, just flying out. It was ridiculous. Whew. I tried so hard to keep it steady, but they were just popping out. Crazy. Okay. Let's see what it says for the future for black people. Okay. This card decided to come out. I haven't popped this card out in a while. And it says, an unwise choice. There's a better way that will make you happy. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. So it's telling me that our people as a nation needs to be more careful who we share our truths with, who we share our facts with, who we can share, who we can trust to do the right thing. Because they may act like they go along with it, but they're really doing it with questionable motives, which means they're not authentic. They're not true. They're just doing it for some kind of political gain, but underminingly stab you in the back, as you can see. You see that? Okay. And then this card popped out. This card says blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. Successful compromise, the power, diversity, self-control, patience, and balance. It says blending ideas of your own, which means that people want to start blending ideas of our own, starting our own things. You know what I mean? Instead of, you see that? That's what it says. It's basically saying we need to start our own things. We need to start our own ideas, create something extraordinary, and it'll be successful, you see? It says a successful compromise. You know, the power, diversity, self-control, patience, and balance. So we need to take the power of control back. Diversity, which means we need to probably more than likely blend in with them, the Indians, Hispanics, and things of that nature, and come up with some great ideas to create our own. Because right now we're not creating our own, we're basking in other people's stuff because they destroyed ours. I mean, we did have our own cities, towns, and everything. Oh, we had everything, but they destroyed it, burnt it. And it's telling us that we need to create our own again. It's time to do that now. That's what that's saying. Okay. And then we have this card. You see that card there? And this card is listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. Unnecessary worry. Let go of your fears, revelations that will make everything clear. So it says listen to your intuition, pay attention to the signs. I mean, they're sending us signs of what to do. They're sending us signs of the truth. They're sending us signs of the past. And we need to continue listening to that, listening to our intuition. Revelations, see that? Revelation. See that? Revelations that will make everything clear, which means you listen to the signs, listen to what they're trying to send out. At the end, everything will become clear. Everything they're trying to tell us will come clear. So that's what that's saying. And then we have this card here. Okay, which says brilliant ideas that may need refinement, overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Communicate clearly and concisely and remain objective. So this is telling me, I had to dream about this. Sword in the rock for some reason. Very strange. I'm even reading a book about it, so that's very strange. Anyway, this is telling, again, this refers back to creating our own civilization, creating our own things like we used to thousands of years ago and before civil rights. We created a lot of things ourselves. We had our own towns, cities, places, whatever. I know the history books say that they came from Africa, but that's not true. That story is seriously embellished. We were already here. And we outnumbered the whites at some point. So we were already here. A lot of us was already here. This land did not belong to the Europeans. The Europeans followed the Africans' map to get here because they found findings in the Grand Canyon that predates Egypt, which means how Columbus discovered America, they used their map that they already placed. How else was he going to find it? He going to go in the ocean and just go exploring all over the ocean, didn't know where to go. He used a already made map from the Africans, Indians, Hispanics, whatever. Because again, findings in the Grand Canyon predates Egypt, which means Egypt, before they moved to Africa, was already here in the Grand Canyon first. So this is telling us we need to come up with more brilliant ideas. We can't overcome obstacles with faith and everything will work out. We need to communicate clearly with our people on what we need to do and remain objective, which means we need to start building our own stuff again, starting our own establishments, our own businesses, instead of working for, the other race. We need to start working for ourselves, our own warehouses, our own schools. We need to start doing that again. This is what this is saying. Okay, it's time now. And then we have this card here. Let me see. It says here, conflicts with others caused by opposing our opinions. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Very ambitious people, which means there's going to be some conflicts. There's going to be some opposed opinions. And it's always a normal, when you're dealing with a whole bunch of different ideas and diversity, there's definitely going to be some clashing of some kind. But it says we should overcome that, and unless the situation is worth our time, but just walk away from the drama. People who are trying to just not do anything, they're trying to bring you down. So that's telling us to walk away from the drama. Okay, then we have this card here. This says, great sadness that will heal with time. Let go of the past. Personal growth that comes from challenges, healing, misunderstandings. Be there for those in need. So this says, great sadness will heal, which means there's going to be a lot of sadness, and we need to let go of the past. Let go of what we did have and look to the future, which means we need to look for the future for guidance. No more of the past stuff, although we need to reflect on the past and grow from it, but we need to look for the future, because the future is doomed unless we come together and come up with a really good plan to make sure that our future is solid and we're not going to be still stagnant like we've been for thousands of years. This is the time. That's what that's saying. Yeah. And then we have this card, which says a beautiful new emotional experience, a romantic relationship or deep friendship, awakening of psychic abilities and spiritual insights, a love letter, new home, which means it's going to be a beautiful and new emotional experiences for a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of romantic relationships and deep friendships going to involve, which means relationships. You're going to see a lot of relationships between people falling apart, but then you're going to see a lot of them being connected again. People who weren't supposed to be together in the first place, who's just been together because out of convenience, they are no longer going to be together anymore. And new friendships and soulmates are going to start being refined and connected. People are meant to be together for the future, to rebuild a new future, to build a new legacy for the Black community, Hispanic community, and Indian community. That's going to start forming. Old relationships that are not meant to be together soulfully are going to be broken apart. You're going to see a lot of breakups over the past 2 years. Old couples who just been wasting time, who are not good together, and they cannot be part of the future or the solution. They are going to break apart because it's meant for them to break apart. New friendships and binding will come along. New homes, a lot of love letters. A lot of love will be definitely transpiring within these 2 years. Okay. And then we have this. See, it says, protect what you have created. Be prepared. Never give up. Ask your angels for help. Environmental activism and animal rights. Remember I told you we need to protect what we have, protect what we grew, protect our history, protect what our ancestors did. Okay, be prepared, because there will be battle. You see they're throwing rods and stuff at her, but she's ready. She has her shield. She's ready to fight for her own. She's ready to fight for her people. That's what she's doing. So it says environmental activism and animal rights. And we need to protect our animals. We need to protect our people, our environment, because they're going to try to destroy it. The past definitely will repeat itself if we don't protect it this time. Don't let them this time. We have to fight. Okay. And then we have this card here. You see? Okay. It says a new start. Trust yourself. Push your fears aside and take a deep leap of faith. See? There's going to be, remember I told you a new start? A new start. We need to put our fears aside and take the leap of faith that if we all stick together, we can do this. It's time to take back what they stole, take back what they lied, the plagiarism, the lies. Everything they stole from us, we need to take back. And this is the time. And trust that our gods and goddesses, the angels, they will protect us when we take that step. That's what these cards are saying. And then we have this card here. You see this card? Okay. It says, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, follow your own heart rather than trying to make others happy. Pretending there is no problem, over analyzing the situation. So the indecisiveness of whether we want to take the step forward, or indecisiveness of whether we want to even do anything about it, we need to let it go. Stop being so indecisive and overanalyzing everything. You know, Stop trying to make everybody happy. And everyone's not going to be happy with this change. You're going to get people who are going to be stuck in their ways. You're going to get people who's going to be stuck in their ways, stuck in their modes. They're not going to want to do anything. They're not going to want to listen. They're going to be just ornery and just mean. You definitely going to get those kind of people. This is telling us is we need to stop overanalyzing the situation. Stop listening to those people. Stop trying to make them happy because they're not going to be happy. They're stuck in their ways and their beliefs. And yeah, although we don't need to pretend that there is no problem, because some people are going to say there is no problem. We need to just let it go. Follow our heart. See, follow your heart rather than trying to make others happy, pretending there is no problem and overanalyze the situation. So stop overanalyzing and do what your heart tells you to, not what your head tells you to. Oh, it's been drilled in your mind by your ancestors for hundreds of years. Okay, let me have this one. Failing to recognize a magical opportunity, missing the point, the distractions of a daily life, discontentment or boredom, lost in your own world. Wake up. It's telling people to wake up. Stop falling to this. I mean, look, it's saying, it says here, you see, you have the angel in the back, and he's just sitting there, lost in his own. Even though he has the fruits, the cups, right here, and he has fruit, food, all of it surround him. But he's lost in his imagination. He missing a magical point. He missing the opportunity. The angels, look, he has a cup ready to give insight, to feed, nourishment, but we're missing it because we're lost in distractions of the daily life. We're not paying attention to the signs. We're discontentment. We're bored. We're lost in our own world. It's telling us right there to wake the fuck up. And then we have this card. See? Okay, this card says scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous time to get to work, an excellent opportunity. Present itself, happy news about your career, promotions, scholarship, a new areas to study. It's telling people a lot of opportunities, a lot of new things will happen once we achieve all of this greatness. Once we achieve all the greatness and we learn in history, we take back what has been taken for us. We're not taking no for an answer. We're not being scared of the violence because we're afraid of the backlash. Our ancestors marched, got beaten, got hung, houses got burnt and everything, but they did it for change. They did not give up. If we had the same endurance, that same drive, that same bravery back in slavery days, we could have ended slavery hundreds of years ago. It wouldn't have lasted 400 years. It would have lasted maybe 50, if that. But we gave into our fear, and it took a war and a political move from a man in order for slavery to end. Kanye West meant it was a choice because we stopped fighting. Our ancestors stopped fighting. They gave into fear. And a lot of people don't understand that. Segregation ended because we didn't stop fighting. And there wasn't just regular people marching in those marches. The angels and the gods and goddesses were definitely helping us. Tell me, they were definitely helping. This is telling us if we continue to fight. You see this? Scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous. Time to get to work. We need to start learning some things. Start learning our history. Be mischievous. Learn everything we possibly can. And then happy news about your career. And learn new areas of study. We need to bring that forth in our schools. We need to bring the truth in school because right now the truth is not in the schools. We're only learning what they want us to learn. You know, we need to teach our people whether what race they are, the truth, and that's what it's telling. Okay, and then we have this card here, which says an amazing opportunity to be bold, courageous, optimistic. Now is the time to take action. Do what you're passionate about. See, this confirms do what you're passionate about. All of these cards is basically saying do what you're passionate about. Get up and make a change. We need to get up and make a change. It's just telling us what our people are, what we're going to start doing and what we need to do. Okay, and the outcome of what that happens. Okay, this is the future. Making a change. We need to stop this oppression. We need to stop. We need to wake up and stop being scared. Our ancestors did not shed all that blood, all that pain for us to just stop fighting. The fight isn't done and we need to do something. And that's what this is telling us. There's not going to be any more Farrakhan's. He's getting old. We need somebody else. Okay, we can't count on Kanye to do this. We need more Kanyes. We need more Farrakhan's. We need more all Malcolm X's and Martin Luther King's and Edgar and all the rest of the people. We need more people like that. And I feel that we don't have that. And this is telling us what our future is. More fighting, more opportunities, more relationships are going to be breaking up. Relationships that are not supposed to be together, that's not going to benefit our change, they're going to break up because being together is wasting time and it's not going along with the solution. So a lot of relationships, marriages that's been married for a long time are going to break up. That's what you're going to see here. There's going to be some people pretending they're up for a future, up for our insight, up for the vision, but they're not. They're going to be liars. They're going to be wolfing. They're going to be wolves in sheep's clothing. That's what that's going to be. There's going to be rods and people trying to fight us and trying to bring us down. That's naturally. And that's what's going to happen within the next 2 years. The guys and goddesses are telling us not to give up. There's going to be some diversity. There's going to be some people who are still going to be asleep and going to be missing opportunities because they're stuck in their own ways. There's going to be people who are scared. There's going to be a lot of obstacles within the next 2 years. Kanye is not going to be the first. It's going to be one of many because we're getting to the point where we're sick of the bullshit. This is what's going to happen within the next 2 years. Let's move on to other cards. Let's do this card here. These cards. All right, it's chocolate. That wanted to come out. All right, that's all we have for these cards. Okay, this card was the only card that came to pop out, which is, have you asked your angels to help with this? It's amazing that happened. So it's like, ask our angels to help us. I think Black people get stuck in the religion that they forced down our ancestors' throat and think that's the only reason they told us voodoo and things of that nature was evil, because they didn't want us to know the power in it. The reason they hate us so much because we do have celestial power. We do have magical powers. The reason they want us to cut our hair because the magic that our hair brings, how it connects to the sun, how it is our antennas, our power. And they don't want us to tap into our power. That's the problem. But we need to ask our angels for this. We need to look up to the heavens and ask our angels, the right angels, not the ones that they force down your throat. So it says your angels want to help you with the situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. See, you have to be willing for them to help you. If you're not willing and you're a little bit indecisive and you're a little bit unsure and you have no faith, they're not going to help you. You have to ask them for their help, and they will help you with this change, the revolution of Blacks, Hispanics, Indians. Ask them. They helped us for thousands of years. They're waiting for you to ask them. Ask them. The right gods and goddesses, not the ones that force down your throat. The right angels. Look it up if you know what I'm saying. Okay, let's see what these cards say. Okay, we have let me just take these cards out. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. As you can see, she's growing her harvest. She's looking on what she needs to do. She's looking out to some investments, but as you can see, she grew it. She worked really hard for it, and she's ready to pick it. She's ready to pick it. She grew a nice little nest egg for her. So it's telling us to grow our harvest, to grow our gardens again, our farms. Remember, we have owned 70% of the farms in the United States, and during civil rights, they went and burnt some of our farms down and illegally took our land. We need to go back and get those lands back. We have set back and allow them to take our lands, take our farms, and throw us in some crappy area projects, and then throw some drugs in that area, throw some guns in the area, have our kill ourselves and make our people get on drugs and traffic a lot of our people and kill our people. That's what they did, literally. And then have the projects owned by white men. That's literally what they did. They tried everything in their possible power to kill our people. And if we continuously let them, nothing's ever going to change. So this telling us to pretty much grow our harvest again is saying be sufficient. Have some solo pleasure. Okay? We need to bask in the luxury. You know? Start making some money for ourselves. Start planning some stuff. You know? It's time. It's time. Get angry. We have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is partnerships, combining forces. We need to start combining forces and some partnership. Like they're on two different parts of the line. You see that? See, she's over there and this person's over there. But there's a unity. We need to combine forces. We need to look overseas. We need to look for partnerships, get some political gain, get some land, get some opportunities. We need to start doing our own thing again. We have literally gotten very lazy over the years. Then we have the King of Wands. You see that? The King of Wands. Even though I always thought this looked like a female, honestly, I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is a female. Well, at least the picture looked like a female, but it's not a female. The King of Wands is a bold leader. A bold leader of power, charm, and courage. So we need to go into this new age with power and courage and charm, you know, but still get some stuff done. That's what it is. And then we have the Chariot. You see the Chariot. The Chariot, as you can see, she's on a motorcycle. You see the city in the back of her. You see the city? There's a city in back of her, and she has her wand. She has her little people animals there, because these are animals. The animals, but they have people as faces. You see that? The animals, but they have faces of people. Never even noticed that until now. That's literally what that is. The Chariot. And the Chariot is a very powerful card too, because it has a female on it, which is action and change and journey, a new vehicle. Remember, see, we need to be ready for the change. She's ready for the change. She's ready. She's going full throttle. She has her animals. She has her motorcycle. She has her little wand there, and she's ready for change. We have to go forward to the future with endurance and drive. That's what they're saying. And then you shall gain the world once you do all of that. Remember I told you about the Lovers card? Remember I told you about that? New love relationships. Although you have an apple tree over here and you have a weeded tree over there. I didn't even notice that was even there. But that's what that is. The Lovers card is partnership, deep love, a chance of... Remember I told you that the old lovers who are not meant to be together, it's been together out of convenience or monetary gain or some kind of statute or facade or whatever. They're not going to be together anymore, because we enter in a whole new soul age where lovers who are not meant for the future, who are not going to benefit for the future or model for the future, they're going to be broken apart, because the celestials and the stars and the fate is, okay, they don't got time for stagnant. They don't got time for laziness. They don't got time for couples of convenience. If you're not together, if you're not ready to fight and you're just together, you're going to be broken apart. Soulmates are now going to be intertwined within these next 2 years. And then in this new age, new love, soulmates, people who work well together, not just because it's convenient. No more. A lot of divorces and separations you're going to be hearing over the next 2 years or more. And then you have the Nine of Wands. You see, she's ready for some battle. She has her wand. She has all of her tools here in the back. She got a nice little setup back there. You see that? Nice little setup. She's definitely ready for something. And the Nine of Wands is maintaining boundaries and persistence. So, you see that? She's persistent, but she's watching out. She's being careful. So we need to be persistent. Maintain our boundaries. But be wise. Okay? Be safe with the upcoming decisions. That's what that is saying. Okay, let's see what these cards say. Let's see what these cards say. So I'm going to pull the top card. And the top card says, Brothers of the Rose, Sacred Masculine Honor, Protection, Support. You see this? This card keep popping up. See that? Yeah, brothers protecting a new birth. You know, they're protecting. See, she's pregnant. See that? There's going to be a new birth. This new birth is going to be controversial. Any angels and brothers, the 4 brothers. Well, yeah, the 4 brothers, and you have the divine in the background. You see that? It's going to protect this new birth. The people are going to know what this new birth is. I'm not sure what that new birth is, but yeah, that's going to be something very powerful. I got that card a lot about a new birth or something. I'm not sure what that's all about. But it's going to be a new birth. Very powerful birth. And in the future, there may be the beginning of some truth to everything that's going on here. And that's going to happen within the next 2 years or more. Okay, so that's all this card is saying. I got the shadow card. And the shadow card, you see, is the same person. Okay? You get, this person is in the light, and then he's in the shadow. Which means past, future. See that? You need to move from the darkness and come into the light. That's what this is saying. This is what a lot of people are going to transcend. This is speaking of many people. A lot of people are in the dark right now. Now they're coming to the light. You can see a lot of transitions right now. A lot of transitions. People you didn't even know will start speaking up and talking. You didn't even know they even knew any of this knowledge. They're going to risk everything, just like Kanye, and start talking. Because they're getting fed up with the bullcrap. I mean, it's the time of truth. Time of truth. People are going to be more spiritual than religious. Because that's what we pretty much were in the beginning. It was more spiritual than religious. So what I'm getting for this reading here, for my people, for Hispanics, Blacks, Indians, I'm getting a lot of revelation, a lot of change. The next 2 years or more is going to be overwhelming for many people. There's going to be relationships who you didn't even think will ever breaking up. Because they have to. Because new spiritual and soulful relationships needs to form. Old relationships needs to die off because it's wasting time. There's going to be people claiming they are with the truth, but they're not. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. There needs to be a balance. We need to start listening to the gods and goddesses. Okay? We need to stay stern, be driven, be brave. Be ready to fight because there are going to be a lot of battles. We need to learn more. Learn more about our history. Learn more about our past. Learn more, period. Teach people the truth. Teach our new generation the truth about the history so they don't be lost like we were for hundreds of years. And our people were lost for hundreds of years. New partnerships are going to form. You see this? Amazing opportunities are going to happen if we continue to fight. You see, new creatures are going to start forming. Kids need to learn the truth, and we need to teach them the truth. You see, there are going to be people going to be unwilling and unable to make a change because they're stuck in their ways. We have to overcome them and not let them become our problem. Be driven, which means you're going to have people who are very driven. There's going to be angels amongst the fighters. You're not going to even know who they are because they're going to be very, very blended in. Okay, the chariot will come. Okay, we need to be driven. We need to fight. We need to move forward. See, this is a city back here. A lot of people are going to come from the dark and they come into the light. They've been in the dark for so many years. They're going to come into the light, come out of the shadows. Start asking angels for help and know who you're asking. Look to the right people, the gods and goddesses, the real gods and goddesses, the truth. Ask them for help. Grow your fruits. Be prepared. Be wise. And be stern. And be cautious. See this? Continue growing your fruits, your farms. We need to get our farms back. They took our farms during civil rights. Remember, we owned 70% of the farmland in the United States, and through civil rights, illegally, they took it from black people and made it so hard for them to retrieve the land back by changing the laws and made it impossible. And when they weren't doing that, they were burning them down. While we were fighting for rights, they were still in our land right from under us. And by the time civil rights ended, they owned most of the farmland, and they still do. Stop ignoring the signs. Wake the fuck up. A lot of people are still asleep. The solutions are there. They offering you all the solutions and fruits and everything. Angel right there ready to help, but he's still stuck in his own little world. He's bored and content. He's not paying attention. People need to wake up. See? Help others who are lost. Help others who are in need. We need to help our people or help our children. Who's ever sad and who's lonely, who's hurt, who's whatever. We need to start helping them. Stop ignoring the needs. Stop letting shit ride. Stop letting other people do it. Do it for yourself. There will be conflicts, but overcome those conflicts. See that? Again, overcoming obstacles. And this is all, and this other card here. I had a dream about this actually. There's going to be a birth. It's not going to be like the Virgin Mary and Jesus, because that story has been debated. But this is going to be different. I don't know why it's going to be different, but this is going to be a very heavy protected birth. I think I pulled this card with the word family card of some birth that was heavily protected, but it's going to be a birth for someone that's going to be heavily guarded and heavily protected. They're going to need to protect this birth for some reason. So I'm not sure why, but it needs to be protected. Maybe it's the new coming of something. I don't know. But people, I think our people want to know what his birth is, and the gods and goddesses are going to be heavily protected of this birth. And it's going to be from a black woman. Okay. And that's all I have for our future. Our future is looking pretty great. It's going to be a lot of obstacles, a lot of hurdles. But at the end, we will overcome it. We need to start growing our own lands. We need to start owning our own factories. We need to start taking back what was taken from us thousands and hundreds of years ago. We need to take it back. We need to reveal the lies that's been hidden so long in the government. We need to start bringing forth that and bringing it to the light. They're hidden a lot of stuff and they lied about a lot of stuff. It's time for the truth to come out. And it's been long enough, and it's really freaking annoying. It's been long enough. We can't just let the lies go. They lied about everything. They lied about entire Black history, African history. They lied literally about everything. And I want to get into too much, but start learning your history. And people of all races need to learn the truth. They need to learn the truth too. I'm sure they're tired of being lied to about what their ancestors really did. You know, they need to know the truth too. It's not fair to them to continue being lied to. It's not about overcome. It's not about bragging. It's about the truth. We're not looking to do what you did to us. We're just looking for the truth. And we asking anyone who has a heart, who's willing for the truth and the facts to come out, to help that truth be bring forth. That's all we're asking. Okay, not to gloat, not to do whatever you think. We just want the truth. And I'm sure you want the truth too. We went to school learning about your ancestors' great things, although most of them was false, but we learned it. It's time for you to learn about ours, the truth, and what your ancestors and your loved ones, lost loved ones, dead loved ones lied to you. They lied. They lied. And you know they lied. And this is telling you that over the course of the years, karma is going to be threefold. The truth is going to be told. You either in with the battle or you're not. And I'd say don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Hit that bell so you get notifications when I do post my videos. Love you all. And stay tuned for the next video.